Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a mixed martial arts bout, and it's set for 3 rounds in the Shamrock Fighting Championships middleweight division. Introducing first on my right, fighting out of the Page Law blue corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, official weight 184.6 pounds. Fighting out of Carlinville, Illinois, Anthony Gillock! And his opponent across the cage, fighting tonight out of the first form red corner. This fighter stands 6 feet tall, official weight 182.2 pounds. Fighting out of Fredericktown, Missouri, ladies and gentlemen, Cody Bose!
Referee Mike Anglin has the call for this contest. In the Shamrock FC middleweight division, Cody Post in the red tape, Anthony Gillock in the blue. Touch of the gloves and into the action. Post takes the center of the cage, leading with that jab. Big right hand, though, there out of Gillock.
Yeah, Gillock seems to be, trying to close the distance and get that takedown, but he's eating some shots on the way in. Post is doing a very good job just staying composed and relaxed.
Big hands out of Post. Gillock trying to lock that up right in front of us now.
Yeah, look
big
for Gillock.
Scramble coming, looking for that single.
Yeah, Anthony wants to keep Cody onto the cage, try to work that takedown. Maybe a front headlock to a snap down here by Cody, though.
A lot of pressure here coming out of Post right in front of us.
These guys break it up.
Both of these guys. Oh, big head kick there, but drops down.
Head kick and a slip. Gotta watch a guillotine. Cody's got that arm under the neck.
Yes, he does.
All he needs to do is grab his own hand. Oh, good job by Anthony to wrist to hand fight, grab the wrist of Cody.
Got to get that wrist control in this position.
100%.
A lot of pressure here coming on the top from Post.
Yeah, Cody's trying.
Gillock looking for the takedown though.
Yeah, Cody's actually trying to chase the back is what he's doing, and good job by Gillock to grab the leg and stop that. Gillock's going to go for his own takedown. He has a single here.
Again, back to that neck. He's got to watch
careful.
that.
Yeah, almost a standing guillotine there.
Drop down from Gillock, trying to make some space.
Yeah, now he has to be careful because he could give up his back doing that.
Separation, both the guys back to their feet.
Head kick there by Cody.
Post going upstairs. Post fights with almost that old school squared up boxer stance.
Yeah, very square.
Oh, big right hand there out of Gillock.
But he does a pretty good job actually moving his hands, moving his head, keeping his hands up.
Yeah, he's done a great job of getting his head off the line.
Anthony can't just rush in for the takedown. He has to set those up. He seems to be, his mouth is open. He's breathing pretty hard.
Nice big deep breath
Cody.
there out of Gillock. Gillock now trying to circle.
Yeah, Cody's trying to, pick his shots here, not rush anything. Anthony's just kind of, just waiting, though.
He's almost trying to play the role of counterpuncher whenever Post walks in.
Yeah, but you got to wonder, is it because he wants to be counterpunching or is he just tired?
He definitely looks tired.
As you see there.
Oh, big right hand there out of Post.
Open, kind of stumbled.
Cody Post. Oh!
Big right hand out of Anthony.
That set Cody Post back.
And just like that, it can happen anytime. You get a little too confident, get a little careless, eat a big shot. It can happen at any moment. Anthony Gillock looks really tired here in the corner. He's going to have to dig deep. He's going to have to dig deep.
Now, if you are in the corner here of Anthony Gillock, what advice are you going to give him?
Just like I said, Jeremy, hey, dig deep, fight smart, do not get careless. Try to get the takedown where we can slow it down and control the fight.
Let's take a look here at our instant replay again. Gillock on the cage. Post drops those hands. And eats a huge right hand to end the round.
Yeah, you have to control the distance when you're letting those hands go and you have somebody pinned up on the cage. You don't want to get too careless and eat a big shot like that.
second round of this 3-round contest.
Oh, almost inside leg kick there. Could have went a little high, but it didn't. Trading jabs. Anthony definitely looks to be settling in more of the counter puncher role here. Trying to catch Cody as he comes in.
Yeah, he's almost trying to time that hand or the takedown again.
Yeah. Landed that that check hook a
Post
couple
just
times.
manhandled him though. Big hands, both are just kind of swinging wild there from Cody Post.
Yeah, almost looked like Anthony wanted to kind of duck down and go for a takedown, but Cody just letting those hands go, ate a shot there.
But again, Gillock is really looking for that counter punch shot. He had a great jab there off of it, but he ate 2 to give 1.
Yeah, if you have enough power in your hands and you want to eat a couple, you got a good enough chin to land that one and make it really count. Some fighters do that, but, those shots add up, and eventually that one just never comes.
100%. Little feint there out of post. Big deep breath from Gillock. Oh, that one found a home. Again, throwing that big right hand.
Yeah, now when Cody gets Anthony into those positions and he has Anthony pinned up onto the cage, he needs to start throwing straight punches. It's cool to see him let his hands go. Some fighters don't do that when they're in those positions, but you got to throw straight punches. You can't just throw shots.
He rocked him!
Big power out of Anthony Gillock. And that's just been the story of the fight, right? I mean, Cody starts opening up and Anthony comes back and lands a big shot, makes him pay for it.
Down to 1 minute here in the second round. Can Gillock capitalize on it?
Big ground and pound.
Gillock trying to lock him up now here. Trying to get that arm free.
Yeah, Cody's just trying to stop Gillock from posturing up and landing more shots. He's trying to control that posture, limit any damage that he's going to take. Anthony needs to posture up and land his shots, though. He's obviously tired. Cody's landing some shots of his own on his back.
Cody working that open guard position.
Yeah, this is a good time for Anthony to try to pass the guard. See Cody trying to throw up almost like an omoplata. No, I'm sorry, not omoplata. There's a triangle attempt right there.
Gillock trying to use that to pass back into full guard.
Tonight's event is brought to you in part by FM Roofing.
Both of these guys a little slow to get up.
They're leaving it all in the cage, that's for sure.
And that's what we want here at the 25th anniversary of Shamrock Fighting Championships, live from Ameristar Casino in St. Charles, Missouri. Jeremy Johnson along tonight with Adam Meredith. We still have a ton of fights to come tonight. But really, if you are in the corner here, then of Anthony Gillock, who landed that huge shot, what advice is he going to do as we take a look here as they tend to him in the corner?
Obviously, that's got to be a confidence booster, Jeremy. He could have stole that round at the end. It could very well be 1-1 right now. Either way, you got to dig deep. Both these guys, if you're in the corner, dig deep. Don't get careless.
And that's an interesting thought, because does that last minute and a half of the big shot steal the round there for Gillock when the control was there in the beginning for Post?
Post had a lot of good moments in the beginning, but that shot could have just, that could be the last image in the judge's mind. You just don't know.
So definitely,
nice
if you are in the corner,
Anthony.
You have got to be telling your fighter, though, that it could be all tied up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're coming in this third round with the way that last round ended, you have to tell your fighter that it's 1-1, and you cannot get careless. You have to go out and fight to win.
And Post seems to be respecting the power of Gillock much more this round.
Yeah, he was letting his hands go, and he allowed himself to eat some big shots because he was careless. So,
but as you there again, that right hand almost laid him down.
And one thing we know about Anthony Gillock, he can take a shot. He's taking some shots here tonight, and he's still coming.
Now Post trying to time that right hand.
Take
Big
down
hammer
attempt,
fist.
and that might be it. He's not really defending too well. He's seen some shots. And that's
And
it.
that is it.
Anthony went for that takedown, wasn't able to get it, ended up kind of just flat on his stomach, and I think it took all his energy to go for that takedown attempt, and at that moment, he wasn't intelligently defending himself anymore. He was just taking shots. The referee had to step in.
A beautiful fight there. Really, that was a war.
Yeah, both those guys had to really dig and gut it out, and that was a great back and forth battle by both these men. And this is just the end here. As we can see, you know, Post is just on top, landing some big shots. Gillock is not really moving. He's covered up. He's not doing too much to intelligently defend himself. Mike England had to step in and stop the fight.
A beautiful fight. Everybody is really just putting it in tonight here for the 25th anniversary.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 1 minute and 5 seconds of the third and final round, referee Mike England has called a stop to this contest, declaring your winner by TKO, Cody.
A huge win for Cody Post, moving to 2-0 in the world of mixed martial arts.